Hello, I think we are live. Welcome to the Set Up for Success show. I'm partnered here with my fabulous host, Danielle Morel. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey.
Awesome. And as you guys know, I am Tanya Watkins, and we are talking today about the hidden risks of staying stagnant in your business. And so this is actually something that Danielle and I talk about all the time because we see women in this business who are hitting it. They're hitting it hard and they're successful and they're consistent. And then we see what happens when you're not as consistent, right? And things happen where you kind of hit a level and you plateau. And we want to talk about what happens on the back end of that. All right. So if you're watching the replay, definitely put hashtag replay. I do hear a little bit of feedback, so then y'all know if it's you or me. But I'm going to click out of some of my windows just in case.
Yes.
So again, if you are replay, hashtag replay. Maybe you're listening to us on our podcast. Definitely join our Facebook group and let us know. Oh, I think we're good. Feedback is done. Definitely let us know. Hop in our group and join the conversation. So I wrote down a couple of key points that I wanted to talk to you guys about today as it relates to what happens when you stay stagnant. So the first thing that I notice is that we lose confidence, right? So what happens is we get in business and we're so excited to do the thing. We're doing the thing. We have some wins. We're excited because of the wins, and we continue to move forward because of that. So we see the result in what we do, and it drives us to move forward and do even more. Then we start to see, wait a minute, I just did something and it didn't work. Let me do it again. Okay, it didn't work again. Let me try something different. Okay, that didn't work. And now we're in a place where we're like, okay, if I do something else, or if I do the thing again, and what's going to happen, right? And so we start thinking, well, I did that and it didn't work, right? So now we're losing confidence in taking action because we said, I've been here for a while, right? I'm in this place and I've tried these things before and nothing happened, right? So now I'm sitting here and I'm in this vibe of, well, what does it matter? Because I've tried already. I did it already, right? And so then now we're thinking, well, moving forward, maybe I don't have what it takes. Maybe I don't know enough. Maybe I need to buy a course. Maybe I need to join a master. I need to do all these things because I'm thinking, well, what I've done doesn't work. And I've lost the confidence in who I am and what I already possess. So now I'm second guessing myself because I've been in this place too long, right? Because of that, now we have ego bruising, right? So now we're thinking, I used to do this thing or whatever, show up in a way that made sales happen, made it work, made it do what it do. And now I don't have that. So what changed about me, right? So now I'm questioning who I am, all the things that I thought were true. Now I'm questioning, like, am I really an expert? Do I really know what I know? Can I really get the results that I say that I can get now with imposter syndrome and all the things that come up for us to kind of stay where we are? So it ends up being almost like a hamster wheel. And then we lose faith in the big picture, right? So we've had all of these goals and desires based on what we saw as move forward progress, right? So we kind of envisioned ourselves, well, when I do this, then this is going to happen. And then because of that, that'll happen, right? So thinking of all the things that we saw that was going to happen, kind of just forward pacing and thinking of what our future, was going to be. And because we've lost a little bit of steam, we no longer see ourselves where we thought we were going to be at that moment, right? So it's August 2020. Maybe you were thinking that you were going to be somewhere where you're not right now, right? Maybe a little bit forward. And you're thinking, well, now what, right? I thought I knew what I knew, but I'm here and not over there, right? And so what we want to talk about is staying out of those thoughts and emotions, staying out of the, well, it's not working, so I can't. Or I thought I was going to do this and I did, but it didn't work, so now I can't, right? Because we know that's false, right? We know that's not true. Danielle, we talk about this all the time. So what are your thoughts on when, getting into that point of resistance, so much so that you end up losing confidence in who you are and what you can provide?
Yes, I'm muting myself. You might want to do it on your end when I'm talking. I think that might be the feedback. But yeah, no, I totally agree with you. That is the biggest thing that happens when you stay stagnant, is that you lose confidence. And it is not just even the confidence, is the mindset that is the most dangerous of backsliding when you stay stagnant. So usually when you have momentum or you have some success in your business, you get really excited. Your confidence grows. But when you start to not see that consistent success, or you start to get into space, usually when you don't have coaching, because a good coach, that's what they do, is they help you redirect or remind you of what you're thinking and hope and what you believe is possible. Because it is very easy, especially when you're not moving forward, to let your mindset really start eating away at you. And really, we find a lot of, I truly believe the two biggest things that keep women stagnant is their mindset and confidence. Starts to backslide is what I call it. You know, like in church when you got saved, but then you stop going to church. And then what happened was 2 years later, you backslid, which is you got to do the whole thing over because you ain't quite as pure as you were 2 years because you didn't stay in it. You know what I mean? And so that's really what it is. It's just like that. You start to, like, mindset and confidence is something that has to be mastered and maintained and invested in constantly. And a lot of times people think that that's a one-time thing. Like, oh, I invested in mindset, or I got my business up to success, so I don't have to do that anymore. And that is a very dangerous pitfall, because that's not true too. You're always going to need, you know, new levels of support and new levels of thinking and changing the what you're thinking. So it definitely is a hindrance, because, and it's very dangerous, right? For that reason, that it makes you less confident, and it makes you, you start to go back to mindsets that are limiting, and that shrinks your growth, you know? And so when you stay stagnant, you actually start playing small in the same sentence. It's like stagnant is right before or at the same time as small, because that's really, when you're playing big and you're dreaming big, it's hard to stay stagnant, because the desire and the excitement is pulling you forward. So a lot of times I feel like a lot of women they're stagnant because they're not dreaming big enough, and they're not believing big enough, and that pull isn't strong enough where it feels good enough, you know? And a lot of women have resistance to their next level because they're not in a line, mindset is not strong enough to believe that's even possible. So they're operating out of alignment to get there, which just causes more stuckness. So yeah, I mean, we like to talk about this because we like to make women, the most thing too is that we love to, in our program, and what we do is make women more aware of what they're thinking. And one of our SOBC said it was so great the other day, Tanya, and I was like, she got it. It was Jessica, our SOBC Jessica. She was like, oh, I get it. You've got to think about what you're thinking about. And I'm like, bingo. And that's the hardest work, because that is the hard work. That is probably the only hard, I really want to make that the only hard work you have to do. And it's not really hard, it's just intentional. And that, for the fact that you count all the times you weren't intentional, makes it feel hard, because like, dang, it was not hard. But being intentional of your thoughts, you know, being a master of your thoughts, and so it is thinking about what you're thinking. And I know that's a level, but I gotta think about my thoughts.
It's a level of awareness that
I literally saw the light bulb go off. I literally saw the light bulb going off in Jessica's head as she said that sentence. Like, I could feel the, like, oh my God, I think, you know what I mean? Like, yes, I know, that's it. So yeah, that's what I'd have to say about it for sure. I agree with everything.
I love it. Thank you. I love when Danielle gets her feedback, because she just puts a nice little bow on it. So on top of that, so let's say, okay, loss of confidence, and now our mindset is out of whack. Now what happens on top of that is we become, one, slower to make decisions because of that, and then slower to take action because we're doubting, right? We're doing all the pros and cons. Where before, when we had the confidence, when we were seeing results, when we were in the high vibe, when we had the mindset that we needed to be in what we wanted to receive, things were happening, we were moving, right? We saw an idea, we took, Danielle loved action, right? Being like in place where you can see success happening because of an idea that comes to you, right? An idea comes to you, you see success happen because you're like, well, if I do this, I know it's going to work. You have that amount of confidence behind you. And when you don't have that, then you're slower to make the decisions, right? So you're thinking of the things that you could be doing to get out of where you are, right? So we're in this cycle of like, if I did that, I know I could kind of move myself out of this. But then you're like, no, wait, I can't do that because I did that before and it didn't work, right? So now we're second guessing everything that we do and not taking action. And then on top of that, so this is how like the stacking of this becomes a true hindrance. The people around us, Now, if you are someone who you don't care about what people think, then girl, get it. Like, continue to do you. But there's a percentage of people, quite a big one, who actually care, especially if it's your spouse, right? So think about maybe someone who's really close to you and your decisions impact their livelihood, right? Then that becomes a little different. Now they're looking at you like, well, you tried all these things before. Now they're telling you what you're already thinking. And they're saying, oh, no, invest in what? Because you invested in something before, or you had a business before, or you launched something before, and that didn't work, right? So now you're thinking about what you're believing of yourself, which is not the truth, but you're in this space of loss of ego, confidence, and the mindset is not where it needs to be. And now you're listening to the person, maybe, right, your partner or someone close to you, maybe a best friend who's watched you kind of in this up and down, and they're like, girl, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's for you. And now you're listening to that, right? Danielle, let's speak on that for a moment.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, the stagnant part of your business too, again, it just goes back to eating away at you when you don't see momentum moving forward and you're just in this space of really not just thinking, dreaming bigger. But yeah, as far as everybody that's like, again, you're getting them confused as well. I mean, this is the thing why, and I feel like a lot of this comes, to be honest, and this is why we created the Setup for Success Online Business Consultant, is because quite honestly, and this is okay to just go ahead and admit, a lot of women just don't know what they're doing. Let's just be honest. A lot of this stagnant in business comes from watching and copying other people, either one, who also don't know what they're doing, or two, doing a strategy that is not in alignment that feels best to you. And really, that is what you're really looking to find, is you're finding either to connect with someone who's doing business the way you want to do it, you know what I mean, and you feel good about that. There's somebody's not convincing you to do it in a way that you just doesn't feel right for you, because that creates resistance. So a lot of women are either copying other people that they have no proof is making their business work. And again, this is detrimental because the statistics show that most women don't know what they're doing, because 68% are making less than $30,000 a year. Okay, only 6% of all entrepreneurs, men and women, break over six figures, over $100,000. So that right in itself lets 50% of entrepreneurs have never taken a business class. So the stats show me that most people don't know what they're doing. And what most entrepreneurs do, instead of investing in somebody who's doing it and proving the way they want to do it, they copy other people and justify it wholeheartedly. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm bootstrapping myself up, or I'm going to just do it this way, when it's never going to work that way, because that's really not in a true in alignment to what feels good to you. And you know, again, a lot of people, women, are not equipped to even find and make those type of decisions. So this is even a bigger thing about women having more confidence and making better decisions, and actually making better decisions, and discernment, wisdom. That's why I say entrepreneurship really is a journey, and it's unique to everyone, because it is a personal development course, and the best one you'll ever take, because it does teach you self-mastery. It does going to confront your decision-making abilities, your ability to read people's character, to be able to read what people are writing on social media or presenting, and being able to have a level of discernment. I catch people all the time on social media making wild claims, and I don't even have to check. I can just check by the discernment of the energy from the previous 5 posts. I know stuff ain't adding up. And these are people who get invested in every day, and then people turn around and be like, well, I didn't get what I wanted. Well, did you do, like, then I need to ask, what are you paying attention to? What is your decision-making situation? Because I haven't had that situation. And I don't believe that you have to run through a bunch of coaches and programs to get it wrong, to get it right, you know, and because that wasn't my reality. Every coach and every program I invested in worked out. Now, there's a level of believing and confidence in myself that no matter what I invest in, I'm always going to figure it out. I'm always going to take what I need and take it to the next level. And that's another part of a mindset shift and accountability that people need to start owning in business. Because if you own that type of accountability, you promise you won't see as many failures, because you're taking accountability of your own success. You're not putting it in the hands of anybody else. What you're saying is that I'm aligning to someone in how they do business, and through that connection of energy, I will be blessed for, you know what I mean? Like and that being able to make good decisions. So we created the Setup for Success online business consultant program to give women a proven business model, a proven done for you business, to take out some of these running through a bunch of business ideas without one that's proven to work. Again, a lot of people have made money every different way, but there's pros and cons to every single way. And Tanya and I use this show to explain that because we feel like too many women don't know the pros and cons. Again, 50% have never taken a business class. I mean, I have a business degree and never learned business models or all the different ways to make money online and all the pros and cons. I had to come out here and find it, help it, and do it myself. And like Tanya did over years of coaching women and stuff. So trust me, we've seen it every way. Tanya and I talk endlessly on hours on end about business models. We'll break down give me a business model. Your girl gonna break it down in 30 seconds if she loves it or she don't. She gonna have 5 pros and cons. Don't I, Tanya? I will break down business model. I will pull out the flaws. I will pull out, and I will be, because if you don't know, again, these type of decisions matter on how stagnant you really are, because not all ways are the same. Some are faster, some require more, some require less, some require different strategies that require different resources. And that's really what it comes down, is do you have the right resources in front of you to make what you got in front of you work? And a lot of women don't. And it's not even the money resources. The money is easy. First of all, if money's holding you back from investing, it's going to be a hard entrepreneurial journey for you. I mean, it's already setting up that way. The fact that you set up making money and spending money in myself is hard, or I can't do it, or it's whatever. That already setting you up for a journey of hard, because it's hard to attract paying clients when you refuse to be one. You know what I mean? It's hard to attract people who invest in your value when you can't recognize value, and you darn sure ain't excited to invest in value. So we created this program to be that answer for that confusion that we see daily. I mean, we are passionate about this because we need women to shift what they believe is possible, so we can all rise. Because when we all are thinking and playing small, we perpetuate that on everybody. And again, there's a lot of women who don't know what they're doing, and they're watching other low vibrational, low thinking, low strategy women. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with you. Nothing's missing, nothing's broken. But this is a season of calling of elevation. Okay, and so we are looking for women who are excited, who don't want to play small, who want to hit high income months, who want to honor their femininity, want to honor their family, want to honor their free time, want to be a model and example that, you know what, we have an alternative way. Never a time have we lived in a time where we have access to the internet, where we have access to monetizing our gifts, where we can actually monetize our transformation. And again, in the Setup for Success online business consultant program, we give you a done-for-you proven business to get you in alignment to start not being stagnant. And a lot of times, again, there are people's business models, Tanya, I'm convinced, women's business models and their money number that they want to hit is too small. The whole thing is so small. Even what they believe it can do or how they want, it's so small, it's stifling. Some of y'all are stagnant because your thinking is stinking. You know, and it's unintentional, lazy thinking. And again, that's cool because a lot of us are asleep, to be honest. But that's what.
Well, part of that too is I think that their results can't keep up with their ambition and their goals, right? So when you get to a place where you're at a place where you decided, okay, this is what I want for my life, but I'm all the way over here, you're at the starting line, then I decide, okay, well, maybe instead of me shooting for 30, 40, 50K months, maybe 10K months sounds good for now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think part of it becomes now I have to scale back what I desired because my results haven't shown fruit. So I think that's part of it too.
And that's, again, why Tanya and I are like 2 of the best coaches that ever be on the internet right now, is because we are letting you know right now that all of that is just limiting beliefs, and that we can tell you right now that I went from when I first started, I went from a girl who was making a couple $100, did not know, to $12,000 in 30 days when I finally, invested in my first coach and all that kind of stuff. So it didn't take long at all. I think the longest part was taking to decide to invest in somebody. And then when I realized, oh my God, I realized I've been missing that money every month I hadn't been doing it. So, I mean, I think, again, it's because a lot of women, Tony, don't understand mindset. That's just what it is. We don't. And we think we know, but we really don't know. And I say that because we talk about mindset, but what we don't, which you and I talk a lot about now, is this phenomenon where we focus on what is. So women are constantly focused on what is and what was. So what is right now is I don't have clients, I don't have any money, maybe I should scale back. And again, that's not what you want to do, because you're going to, law of attraction is always working. There's no law of inclusion where it just forces its way in there. It's always, so your thoughts become things, regardless of what you're thinking. If that's thinking, oh, getting to 10K is hard, or I got to get to 10 before I can go to 50, or I got to be really stable at 10K before I can go to 50K. These are only things that you're thinking of. So what Ty and I teach our SOBCs is to have a little fun with your dreams. And yeah, this, oh my gosh, isn't like a 5 steps, get out your email list. I need to, no, like, I know it's revolutionary, right? Like, no, we actually we encourage our women to dream and play big as if it was already here. It's already possible. Play with the idea of that, because you get in the vibe and the frequency of it. You've got to embody that 50K woman a month. And who is she? How does she show up? How does she play? Before you can really get there. So a lot of women want to get to 50K months on a 2K mindset. And I'm telling you right now, it just not gonna work out. Because honestly, Tanya, tell them, to get to 50, 100K months, it's an element. You got to leave some of the physical behind. You're going to need your faith. You're going to need God. You're going to need the spiritual realm to support you playing at bigger levels. Because, again, very few people are willing and open to do it. You know what I mean? And so you're going to need that spiritual support, you know what I mean, which Ty and I bring through, because we understand how much, your mindset and your spiritual belief of what's possible beyond the physical, because a lot of to get to 50K to 100K months is way more than just strategy. It's really what do you believe? What do you believe in your trend? What do you believe is possible? And here's the thing too, why women mess up, and then I'll turn it back to you. It's this phenomenon that to make more, you have to do more. And that causes resistance. That actually causes stagnant, because there's this correlation that, again, is not true. And this is why, if you are getting some dreams right now, you need to be in SOBC. Even if you need to be in this program, because Ty and I are coaching for a whole year around this stuff. So for this great one-time investment or 3-part payment plan, you literally get us pouring into you for a year around this. But we really teach our SOBCs and instilling them that to have 50K months, you don't have to do more, you have to be more. And a lot of women think, oh my God, 50K months, I got to be doing 50 million things. Well, one, because you're watching other people who don't know but everybody don't know the fastest path to cash. Everybody don't got the secret strategy on how to do this with less. Some people are doing it, cranking it out, okay, doing a whole lot. And hey, you get there, they there. But we're trying to create multiple paths, because our women, they want to show up in all parts of their life. They're not a business 100%. Their business is who they be, but it ain't everything, because again, we are modern women with modern response, navigating a modern world. It's not business bit, because we're trying to excel in all areas. So I say all that, people think you have to do more to hit higher months, and that's really not true. You have to be more. When you understand, and we give you strategy, trust me, you're not going to be out here just, consulting on theories. We don't consult on theories. Okay. We have a strategy, but the beautiful thing is our strategy, you can exponentially be able to hit very high months because of the transformation of who you are and the transformation that you're able to give other people. So the sky is the limit when you become a higher elevated person of yourself and what you believe is possible, not only for yourself, but when you're able to articulate that for your clients and for your audience of what is possible for them and what happens when they dream and play bigger, man, what? So I think that's a lot that comes with it. Don't you think, Tanya? A lot of times we think to make more, you got to do more. And that for women is very resistant, because some of y'all are doing a lot just to get to 3K, just to do the 5K, your thought to 10K sounds extreme. I need dozens or hundreds of sales. I mean, just getting to 50K sounds exhausting. You don't even want to do it the way you're doing it. And
yeah. I think part of it too, and I was actually saying this to a client last week, it's like the first part is stewarding what you have, right? And honoring what you've been given. The second part is having the faith to know that more, and to Danielle's point, being that point. Like, what is it? What is a 50K per month woman? How does she act, right? How does she show up? What is she honoring? How does she honor her time? How does she honor the money that she's already making? How does she honor her life, her children, her business, her husband, all of those things? And I think when we can live that confidently, then everything else falls into place. So if you want to learn how to do that, you have to be a part of our tribe and set up for success. So with that being said, if you are already a member of our community, definitely hop in and share your feedback for this live stream. If you have questions, comments about how to become a certified Set Up for Success online business consultant, you can reach out to either one of us or hit up our business page. If you're ready to enroll, setupforsuccess.biz/enroll. Any final thoughts?
Nope. And until next time, much love. We love you. Much peace, because Lord knows we need more of that. And you got it. And prosperity. There you go. Profits and prosperity. So much love, peace, and prosperity. Yes. Until next time, and we will talk to you later.
Bye.